What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and if it's your first time seeing one of my videos, I'd like to welcome you to my channel where we just chill, talk about all the things that we love or hate, and if you have anything you want me to check out, new, old, album, EP, single, whatever, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and I will check it out. And if you do that, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on the requested review when I upload it, because sometimes that happens and it just makes me sad. But for today's video, we're going to be checking out the new album Sting by the band Emarosa. And this Kentucky native band originally started as a post-hardcore alternative rock band, but nowadays they tend to lean a little bit more towards pop rock. Sting being their 6th studio album, it really hasn't been a very slow progressive change into pop rock either. After their 4th album they released in 2016, 131, which has some pop rock elements to it, they basically plunged right into the genre with their next album, Peach Club, in 2019. And even though I enjoyed their earlier work quite a bit more, I still appreciate their new sound. I appreciate what they bring to the table and the inspirations they take from 80s and 90s and stuff. So yeah, let's just jump right into this thing. My favorite track on this album is Stay. It's got a retro beat, sounds kind of like something what The Weeknd would use. The vocals sound good, as do all the melodies. It starts to really pick up in the chorus. It's got a lot of staccato from the guitar and the vocals. Reminds me of something that, I don't know, Whitney Houston would do maybe. And it's super catchy. It makes you want to sing along to it. And the vocals get a lot more passionate going into the final chorus. But the opening track is really good as well, Preach. It has a beat, it kind of reminds me of something that Michael Jackson would use. And the verse just has this really steady clap to it and an open chord progression, which makes it just gives a lot of room for the vocals to really shine through. And the chorus really comes alive. It feels really nostalgic, kind of like a like a sitcom theme song or something like that, especially with the claps thrown in there and the kind of choirish sounding vocals. And the song that lands directly in between these two is Attention. It has kind of an intimate sort of synth beat to it. It gets pretty intense going in the pre-chorus with some finger snapping action going on, which is a pretty prominent thing throughout this entire album. And the lyrics are about how strong his desire is for attention and how he'll look pretty much anywhere to get it. And they really drive this point home in the bridge with some backing vocals, which sound really good. And then we have the song Cinnamon, which has this trickling kind of synth beat to it. The lyrics could be referring to intimacy or cocaine or both. I don't know. It's really hard to tell, especially since the chorus says a little cinnamon keeps you going all night. Like I said, it could go either way. It could be, because they're up all night doing things, or they're up all night because they can't sleep because they're high on cocaine. And there's some songs that didn't really feel like they fit the aesthetic of this album, which I had a hard time with the song In LA. It's got more of a Justin Bieber 2013 kind of sound to it, and the instrumentation, the lyrics, the vocals, everything about this, which is not really a bad thing, but it just kind of loses its identity within this entire album. And then we have the song which comes before it, Forgiveness, which, again, the snapping really helps these songs feel like something from the 80s. It's got a strong, bassy synth thing going on in the chorus. Kind of gives it a video game-esque feel. It sounds pretty sick, but this is another one that took me a little bit to warm up to, just because the sound is just so abrupt. It's just there, and it's different from all the other sounds throughout all the other songs, which is kind of a good thing because they mix it up a little bit here and there, which I feel like this album really needs. But yeah, listening to these two songs back to back, it just kind of felt a little awkward, a little wonky. And the back half of this album felt pretty weak, specifically within the songs Again and Woman. They both go back to that retro sound, again, being about cruising around in a convertible. I mean, not really. It's about being afraid that he's going to get his heart broken by a girl who he was already with, who already broke his heart, and now he's getting feelings. It doesn't feel like the relationship is really ready to be over. He kind of wants to give another try, but he's just scared, which is kind of the main theme for this album, I would say. He's either in or he's out, and he kind of goes back and forth quite a bit. Like in the song Woman, he he kind of goes back into being maybe you're not the woman for me. I really enjoyed the airiness of this song, and I liked it a lot, but when I started looking at the lyrics, I was like, okay, so And again, he was all about her, but he wasn't really sure. And now he's like putting his foot down and he's like, you know what? I just realized that this is just not it for me. And then we have the song Rush, which is another favorite because it brings the energy back up, but it's the second to last song, so I felt like it's a little too late. It should have happened sooner and on more than just one song. I feel like it's something that this album was really lacking all around. It brings back the Michael Jackson inspiredness to the vocals, which I really enjoy the vocals throughout the chorus, thanks to the little nuances and the different echoey kind of things and the accents that they use throughout it. Then we have the closing track, Danger, which slows down quite a bit. It's got a good conclusion feel to it, but I feel like there's just too many slowish songs leading up to it. So it makes this song not really hit that hard. I feel like if the last 3 songs had more energy to it and this song was slow, it would just feel more intimate, a lot better. I mean, the instrumentation is great. It joins in kind of one by one in a sense until it gets into the chorus where everything kind of comes together. The lyrics also feel a little less impactful as he's just so back and forth on if he wants to be with this girl. She's bad for him. He can't get away from her. He needs attention from just something. So he's kind of going to her or going to someone else. And just the whole back and forth kind of thought process to this relationship. I don't know. It makes it hard for you to really get into the narration and really care about what's being said in these songs. But I don't think that's the whole point in it. I feel like the whole point in this is just to sound good and have like an 80s kind of vibe to it. And while this might not even be something that he's really feeling in real life, maybe it's just inspired by the sounds of this and just the era that he's kind of taking it from. Maybe that's what he's getting it. I'm not entirely sure on that. And I did really enjoy this album overall. It sounds pretty good. It's got a good sound to it. However, every song does really start to sound basically exactly the same, which is a huge problem. Also, all the vocal melodies are pretty much exactly the same. The narration, like I said, it just isn't really quite there. It makes you not really want to care because who knows how he's going to be feeling in the next song. But the overall sound, like if you want something that takes you back to the 80s, something that gives you that Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson kind of vibe, this is it. This works so well. They do a good job at it. Like I said, their earlier work is just better. Their post-hardcore stuff that's where it's at. This is just okay. It's a little too mainstream, radio play, modern. Like every single song on this could have been a single easily, without a doubt. So with all that said, I gotta give Sting by Emarosa a 5.4 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Sting. Let me know what you would rate it, what your favorite song is. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me and my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing any of that stuff helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. Even if you give my video a thumbs down and you tell me I suck. Still, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me talk, even if you completely disagree with me. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have a good day or night whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying to make it relying on my parents said to save me.